The roar at MSG for a fight like this. Put it on the bucket list. Take it in sometime, folks. Two of the very best. Lomachenko, Linares.
Received instructions in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch him up.
Timothy Bradley, you have been in spots like this before. Your trilogy with Manny Pacquiao, your night of conquering Juan Manuel Marquez. What do you think of early when you have this task in front of you that Jorge Linares is charged with?
Well, once you get in the ring, all that nervousness you had in the locker room leaves you. This is like your home. You have experience. You've been here before. Now it's time to see who's the best fighter in the world is now.
Linares and Lomachenko, round number 1 for the lightweight title.
I want you guys to take your eyes to Loma's front foot, that lead foot. He always tries to get that front foot outside his opponent.
Absolutely critical for a southpaw, so that they have the advantage to shoot that straight left hand. There it comes with it as he fires it for the first time.
Wait on that power jab that Linares was talking about.
Linares mentioned that all week long, the power jab.
It's gonna be technical in the beginning. Both guys got to see what one another has.
Linares said, I want to see his timing before I commit to using my power. Another thing, he knows exactly where that foot is because he's been facing a steady diet of southpaws in large measure in preparation for Lomachenko.
He knows where that foot is, but Lomachenko, he changes levels. He gives you different looks. He probes at that jab. He sticks it out there. He makes you believe that just that jab is going to come, and then he comes behind with something else, with another punch, maybe to the body, maybe even to the head.
Interesting you talk about the different levels, Tim, because I would say both guys acquit themselves very, very well, whether it's in, mid, or long range. Of course, there's been much talk about the fact that Linares would prefer to take advantage of the size behind that jab at range. The chance for Loma have already started up here at MSG.
But you look at Linares' head is staying right in the middle. Look at Loma. He gets that head off the line. Look, just like there. He gets that head off the line. Off the line. That's the firing range there. That's what he does well. He always positions his body out of the firing range. That firing lane, that range, where you can be hit.
Loma came in, tried to place a left hand to the body, and there was a little return fire with a right hand from Linares.
Number one thing as it pertains to range, Linares has a 3.5-inch advantage. I'd like to keep this on the outside.
You can see across the shoulders as well in that muscular back of Linares. He's just naturally the bigger man. And then you rehydrate after the weigh-in yesterday, and it's so noticeable. Left hand to the body from Lomachenko. End of one.
When I was in camp, things stopped when Mr. Honda, his Japanese promoter and manager, came to watch him spar. The gym was closed for the 9 rounds. And what Mr. Honda did afterward, forget managing, he trained him. And they spent a lot of time on the power jab and power shots in general.
He was promoted exclusively for many years by Mr. Honda, Tokyo-based promotions, and then a co-promotional agreement in 2010 with Golden Boy Promotions. And give Golden Boy, Mr. Honda, as well as Top Rank, a lot of credit for what often doesn't happen in this business. Crossing boxing's business and political lines to make the fight that fans want to see. That's what we have here.
In this case, Mr. Honda was a respected peacemaker, and in essence a diplomat between the two camps. But why this really happened is because of Jorge Linares. This is what he sees as his signature fight, and he appealed to what's best in Lomachenko to make it happen.
Good combination from Lomachenko. Touched him to the body and then split the guard upstairs.
He appealed to what's best and most honorable in Lomachenko, saying, let's put aside politics. I'll tell my people to make this happen. You tell yours. Instead of using Twitter as a device for cheap provocation, you know, he made it something. He made it a point of honor.
Linares standing that mid-distant range right there. Got clipped with that combination by Loma. Like I told you, sometimes he don't seem like he knows what he's doing in there.
Not
Use
a good
that
thing.
jab.
You see those little dance steps from Loma. Greg Bishop from Sports Illustrated, a really interesting piece suggesting he had the best feet in all of sports, better than Federer, Antonio Brown. Really extraordinary.
And remember, the seed that was planted when he was a young man. He started to learn boxing at only 4 years old, his stance, how to throw a punch. Then he was pulled out of boxing to do traditional Ukrainian dance classes. His father, Anatoly, who's by his side to this day, didn't let him return to fight until he was 13. Those Ukrainian dance classes, he says all the time, have paid off with the angles. There's body work now from Linares.
Watch how beautifully he moves to his right, Lomachenko. And, you know, Linares is a pretty slick guy to be throwing punches at air.
Well, Linares is doing well this round, in my opinion.
I agree.
He's hit Loma with some good shots over the top. He's staying home, and he's returning fire. He knows he's the bigger guy. He has the longer arms. When Loma stays there a little bit too long, you see Linares step to him with combinations.
See, here's the beauty of Loma as defensive prowess that we rave about, like a Mayweather or Pernell Whitaker, a willingness to do that. Good exchange, end of round two. Let's go back to the last round, Tim. Saw that combination from Loma.
Well, this is one way to do it. You step inside, you go to the body against a bigger man. Split the guard there with the uppercut. But how he did it, he stepped on Linares' feet, kept him stead still right there for just a moment, and worked that combination.
It's a Ukrainian dance move.
That's right, and critical. And Tim, you said it right from the start. Watch the front feet of both men. Often an indicator when you see southpaw versus orthodox as to who's having their way.
Watch for a clash of heads, too, because as we know, Linares is susceptible to cuts.
In 8 different fights, he's been cut. Was cut back in January.
Linares just threw an uppercut. That's a punch. That's a secret weapon that he has that I think could be very susceptible that Lomachenko is going to get hit with or get caught with. He sometimes comes in the middle. If he can time him perfectly when he's attacking, he can hit him with that uppercut.
Bernardo was just in the corner of Lomachenko. Bernardo, what can you tell us?
Anatoly, his father, is actually quite concerned with the low blows that he sees Linares throwing and the rabbit punches. So he told Vasiliy, be careful with those two things.
Tim, what do you make of that?
I don't see any low blows that he's landed. Have you seen any low blows?
Well, not that Ricky Gonzalez has called out, nor that Lomachenko has shown any effect from. There's been some work to the belt line, but nothing that has strayed beyond that. There's a split the guard left hand from Lomachenko. Now he gets into the pocket, threw up the combination. Linares gets space on it.
I'm surprised that Linares is actually just standing right in front of him.
Comes in with a right hand against Lomachenko, blocked by the elbow.
Slowly, you're going to see Lomachenko turn it up, find his spots and his moments, and break down that defense of Linares.
Good example of you think he's there, and then all of a sudden he isn't there as Lomachenko goes out to the right. Mark, you said look for that. We see it. There's a left uppercut from Linares. Good body work and a combination from Lomachenko. He landed that left hand just under the right elbow of Jorge Linares.
Loma's starting to turn it up.
And as soon as Linares thinks he knows where he is, he disappears to the right. Lomachenko.
Defensive master, but yet offensive-minded. The best of both worlds. of 3. The lightweight world championship, Linares and Lomachenko. Saw a lot of what we always rave about from Lomachenko in that last round. Bernardo was in the corner of Linares after that 3rd round. Bernardo, what are they concerned with?
Well, Rudy Hernandez was telling Jorge Linares, you've got to keep your punches short. Use your uppercut, don't load up, and keep throwing punches up the middle, but you've got to work everything off the jab.
According to CompuBox, he has thrown more punches than Lomachenko. Both fighters landing at 27%. There is the tally.
Loma's getting real busy now, working his combinations up and down, especially with that straight left hand. He changes levels, gets his head out.
Little up jab coming off that right hip, Tim.
He got his head off the line and threw that up jab.
Combination, it included a left hand to the body, and then it finished with a left hand upstairs.
If I was Linares, I would try to push the fight a little bit further out. He's too close. Loma's gonna have his way with him.
I wonder if Linares misses the voice of Ismael Salas, with whom he's 13-0. He went to England to train David Hay. Maybe it was a bigger payday or perhaps a lack of judgment. But Rudy Hernandez is in his corner.
Gonzalez is going to have to separate him. And the warning from the referee to Linares.
Yeah, those were some dirty shots behind the head. That's called rabbit punching. That's illegal. Maybe Linares is getting a little frustrated.
Well, that is one of the questions that is always needed to be answered against Lomachenko. Handling the frustration. Can Linares handle the pressure of Loma's mental warfare with the physical warfare with aplomb? Will he stay cool? Stay to the plan as this crowd roars with the angles and moves of Lomachenko.
High pace, moves around a guy. Ooh.
There's a right hand from Linares.
He timed him with that right hand.
That was nice. And right back to the jab is Lomachenko.
Talk about Lomachenko.
Lead right uppercut.
Breaking down his opponents is something he can sense in their beat, in their rhythm. They take some pauses. That's when he pounces.
He came and visited ringside with you just before this main event, Tim.
Yes, he did. Bud Cropper, one of the best. You know, a lot of people have him #2 on the pound-for-pound list. I've had him #1. Depends on how Loma looks tonight. If Loma can get this 3rd world championship, he will be moving the #1 position, in my opinion.
You're biased, Tim.
No.
In some respects, you discovered Bud Crawford in the sparring session, which ended with him really having his way with you for that time.
For now, the #1 pound-for-pound fighter, according to ESPN.com, is in the ring. Lomachenko, round number 5.
Who are you? Who are you? Where'd you come from?
Who are you, Bud?
It was Omaha.
I have to mention, size does make a big difference. It does. But only if you use it in the right way. Linares has a 2-inch reach advantage. Linares is physically bigger and stronger. Why doesn't he use that reach advantage? Why doesn't he use that height?
Because
stay on the outside.
Lomachenko's not letting him.
Naturally smaller man is stalking the bigger champion. Tried to come with that right uppercut, and as soon as he does, Loma's in the pocket, return fire with a 2-punch combination from Linares. But look at Lomachenko, comfortable in that hot kitchen. Wrapping up that right arm as Gonzalez will break him. There's an angle. Lost his footing for a moment just as he was throwing that left hand. But you see how the angles of Lomachenko can create the offensive opportunity.
Beautiful angles, getting off that line, spinning around his opponent, firing combinations, going down to the body, adjusting his height.
Some blood coming from the nose of the champ, Jorge Linares. And there is a warning for a low blow from Linares. Anatoly was concerned, said Bernardo Osuna.
Linares choosing to stand in mid-distance range, trying to land combinations, and Loma's having his way with him in spots.
Against his own interest, you know, the bigger man wants to be outside in this case.
Yes.
The smaller man wants to be in. And there really is quite a size difference. You can just see it.
Did you see him make Linares miss with that right hand by slipping out to his right hand?
Good combination, and a left hand scores for Lomachenko. Just ask him about the Matrix. He'll tell you what he has that others don't.
That's what happens. That's
The red pill and the blue pill.
He said it yesterday. That's what I have that others don't. He is the Matrix with his angles and his ability to still punch off of them. Round number 6 of this title fight.
Linares came back with a little low one of his own.
He is going a little bit low, near the belt line.
I'll tell you, you can start to see swelling, especially around the left eye of Jorge Linares. Discoloration around both, but swelling around the eye. We will watch for that. Good combination from Linares as he landed a left hand. Now remember, he had the warning earlier. Another warning here from Ricky Gonzalez. One more, and it could be a point deduction.
Lomachenko is systematically breaking down Linares. Systematically applying all that pressure. Look at that pressure, man. Dealing with that pressure is no joke. Especially we got punches. Guy gets off the line real quick feet, get around you with shots.
But he talks about music, about beats. When he says, I can feel them discouraged, they're playing to my music.
Yeah, he's...
Good work from Linares. Much of that blocked, but still offensive output. And look at Loma, stepping right to him, landed a left uppercut, and then an overhand right at short distance from only a few inches away. Nearly caught him coming in with a left hand, did Linares. Great ability to get away and land a punch of his own. His fan base, Lomachenko, the Ukrainian fan base, has come out in force here at MSG. And I'll tell you this. Listen, they can have the jingoistic fervor. These are boxing fans as well. There are Lomachenko fans that have developed stateside that just want to see him.
I think that the template was cut years ago with Manny Pacquiao. If I told you, you'd say...
Oh! Linares caught him! Lomachenko goes down! What a turn!
Hey, you okay? Step over here.
And now how will Loma react? You never know what's gonna happen.
Great right hand.
A right hand from Linares floors the pound-for-pound best.
There it is. Loma walking straight in, getting real overconfident, got clipped with the right hand as he came in. When you come straight down the middle, the firing range, guess what? Linares met him with the right hand, right on the button. That's the southpaw killer. Straight right hand. Boom, right on the chin.
Vasiliy Lomachenko Never knocked down as a pro, as Oscar De La Hoya, the promoter of Jorge Linares, can't get enough of it. You've got to go back to the 2007 World Championships. As an amateur, he was knocked down once, and it happens tonight now as a pro. Round number 7. The champ's got a little something in him, doesn't he, Mark?
You saw him come out with a lead left hook there. At the end of that round, Lomachenko started really working away from him. We'll see if this can give Linares new life.
Tim, we have said for a long time that Lomachenko is seemingly impervious to overconfidence. Was he too confident there with the way he approached Linares and paying the price?
I think it was a mistake. Yes, I thought he was a little bit overconfident. He walked straight in. That's not like him. And Linares met him with that right hand. So, yes. You see him a little bit more defensive now with his hands up. Now he's been a little bit more patient on his attack. Starting to probe again with that jab. Stick it out there. Changing levels. Linares came out real aggressive. That's what happens. Momentum shift just for a moment.
It's the beauty of this sport.
Adrenaline.
One punch can change everything.
That's
Let's
right.
see what impact it makes here.
The beauty of the sport is no matter how beautiful Lomachenko looks and invulnerable, guess what? He is vulnerable.
ESPN.com's Dan Rayfield sitting ringside has Lomachenko up 57-56 through 6 rounds. Keep in mind, you just had a 10-8 round for Linares in that last round.
Linares just landed another right hand. It was short right hand as Lomachenko stepped in.
Mark Kriegel, you were the one giving warnings earlier tonight. As much as we know of his greatness, as much as we're wowed with the skill, don't sleep on what Linares is and what he's capable of.
Bigger, stronger, longer.
That left hand strayed down there, as Lomachenko pointed out. It hit him on the leg, but Ricky Gonzalez, the referee, was turned. Remember, there's already been 2 warnings to Linares.
He's looking for that point. Lomachenko is. Linares, bigger, stronger, longer. Let's not forget that he is, in fact, the champion at 135.
It's easy to forget when you go through the resume of Lomachenko, but this is the guy in Linares with 44 wins, 27 by knockout, and has the belt. Blocking that uppercut was Lomachenko, then coming in with a right hand to the sternum. Middle rounds have been great, haven't they? Round number 8, and for the rest of this fight, we are commercial free.
Loma was timed with that right hand. There's spots where you can time him. He comes, brings his head back in the middle, and when he does that, you're able to time him. Great shot by Linares. And it also shows everybody that Loma is real. He's a real person.
Double jab, right, with left hand from Loma, then gets back into the pocket with a left. As Linares is tying up those hands for a moment, and Lomachenko fights out of it, comes with the right jab. Right hand tried to split the guard from Linares. Good combination, 1-2 from Linares. And then snapping back that head again is Lomachenko, able to get off the ropes.
One thing Linares talked about that he's not doing too much of is going to the body.
There's a cut. There's a cut over the left eye.
Happens time and time again, and it's a significant one. We'll see how they tend to that. But now, for the 9th fight in his career, he is cut. Jorge Linares cut over the left eye.
Lomachenko's going right after it, too.
He is going after it.
It's his nature, too.
But he's still making a mistake and stepping back. His footwork is great, but he does make mistakes with his footwork sometimes.
He caught him with a right hand on that cut. Look at him place that jab. Lomachenko doubling it up. and then puts that right hand on that blood again. He likes that target, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He became a completely re-energized fighter as soon as he saw that cut.
I would too. When I see blood, that's what I did. You want to attack that eye. Linares still has that punching power.
We saw that with the right hand in the 6th round.
But Loma knows that now. So when he finishes combinations, he puts that left hand up to block that right hand of Linares.
Good solid round for Vasiliy Lomachenko. 2 rounds ago, he was down. Now here in the 8th, he opens up a cut over the left eye of Jorge Linares. As you could see, Rudy Hernandez digging in that adrenaline and applying pressure to that cut above the left eye.
Rudy Hernandez, the brother of Los Angeles legend Chiquinito Hernandez, but also, as far as Linares is concerned, he says, I have the best cut man in the business.
That's good. That's
and
why
he needs him.
He does need him.
Definitely need a good cut man in your corner. Never know when you're going to get cut.
If you're Linares, it's rather frequently.
Right often. But great instructions from the corner. They told him to stay there. If he's going to stay there, Linares needs to fire. Take your chances and fire. Throw combinations.
Taking chances is something that the last 4 opponents against Lomachenko were not willing to do. They quit on the stool. Is there a point when Linares may jettison the idea of winning on the outside or winning the way he thought he would and just go for broke against Loma?
The best way to beat Loma is to keep him at the best distance where his power is, to keep him on the end of his jab and the end of his right hand.
When he hit him with that right hand, when he dropped him, he was at distance.
Right.
Loma walked into that shot.
That's correct. He walked in and placed that right hand, timed it perfectly. That was round number 6, but round number 8 had the ebb and flow, swing back towards Lomachenko.
That's it. Loma is the only fighter that I see that likes to hang out in that mid-distance range.
Total power punch is a 112.83 advantage according to CompuBox for Linares. Of course, he had the best power punch of the fight in the 6th round.
No matter what Lomachenko can do, no matter how he can transform himself, red pill, blue pill, he can't make himself bigger and stronger.
He has the body of a natural featherweight, but the skill of name your weight.
Which is why this is such an extraordinary accomplishment if he gets it, just to take the challenge.
Keep in mind what that accomplishment is. Going up in weight, trying to become the fastest in history to become a 3-division world champion. You saw Oscar De La Hoya sitting ringside, cheering on the fighter he promotes in Jorge Linares. Oscar De La Hoya, generationally one of the greats, won his 3rd weight class title in his 22nd pro fight. Lomachenko, if he pulls this off tonight, would do it in 12. That would be the best in history.
A really good round for Linares right now.
Really?
Linares is that, yeah, I think it's a great round for him right now.
Really good round for Rudy Hernandez as well.
Exactly. The cut has held up. Great work by Hernandez.
Linares throws a good combination, that uppercut, a very sneaky punch. Every now and then, Loma likes to sit in the middle. He likes to stay in that mid-distance range. Straight left hand.
Good start to this round from the champ. Linares coming forward to open up the 10th round with a 4-punch combination. But then splitting that guard was Lomachenko. Pops that right hand back at him. See Loma trying to work free there as Linares tied up that left hand.
Linares is getting real sneaky. He's throwing that left hook, trying to catch Loma when he comes in.
Jab into the angle from Lomachenko. Didn't come with the left hand behind it. Some more swelling around the eyes of Linares, but that cut is holding together for now.
Each guy has had, in essence, 2 careers. For Lomachenko, it was his amateur and now his professional career. For Linares, after the Sergio Thompson fight, he was ready to quit. That was 13 wins ago.
He talked about the fact of how happy he was to rededicate himself, to make some changes, and to have moments like this.
Robert Diaz of Golden Boy told us that Golden Boy wanted to drop him. He insisted, no, the best is yet to come for Linares.
Excellent work on the inside by Lomachenko moments ago.
Then you see Linares step around.
Fires back with the right hand.
Linares pulled a Lomachenko.
Yes, he did.
Once again, that southpaw jab hitting the target of that cut over the left eye of Linares.
This is really high-level stuff.
Unbelievable stuff. Right in the center of the ring. And Linares goes down. Lomachenko scores the knockdown. It's over. It's over. He did it. Lomachenko, the fastest in history to become a 3-division world champ. A nasty left hook to the body has MSG on fire, has Linares down and out, and has Lomachenko and the Ukrainian fans and fight fans throughout this grand arena on their feet. Lomachenko knocks out Linares. We told you the most significant lightweight title fight at MSG in 46 years. Vasiliy Lomachenko, 10th round TKO of the champ, Jorge Linares. The left hand to the body, Timothy Bradley, nearly perfect.
Liver shot right there. Found a little crease under the arm of Linares. There it is. He dug it underneath there. Let me tell you something. When you get hit to the liver, he got up from that. But let me tell you, your whole side goes numb.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Madison Square Garden, the end comes at 2:08 of round number 10. And new WBA Ring Magazine lightweight champion of the world, Vasiliy Lomachenko.